Good war tactics say higher is better, while good war logistics say higher is harder to resupply. And that's the paradox in Siachen. But this has been partly overcome by the Air Force and the Army aviation pilots providing air logistical support. Preparation for these daily missions begin well before dawn at the base camp so that maximum numbers of sorties are achieved. And though every operation is fraught with risks, these air warriors are doing what they do best, apatsu mitram, or a friend to those in distress. On the battlefront at the Siachen Glacier and beyond, the aviators have coined a phrase for themselves, that to do the difficult is a routine for them. To do the impossible takes a little time. It's often been said that pilots are faced with enormous amount of threats, both to themselves, their lives, and the equipment they fly. Give us an idea of the sort of threats that you face.
See, first of all, about the machine. We are already flying this machine at the limit. We have hardly any power margins available for any emergencies. That is the one. Next is the rarity of atmosphere. There's hardly any oxygen available. So it's pushing the pilot as well as the machine to the limit. Depth perception, because of the snow, because of the whiteout conditions, there's hardly any depth perception. You don't know what height you're flying at. You may march into the ground.
See, the helicopters are capable of landing in the smallest of the spots available in case of an emergency or an engine failure, as they call it. But here the terrain is so inhospitable. Most of the times we are flying in places from where we cannot reach a forced landing field.
And you obviously are flying, regularly on a daily basis. So how many missions on a daily basis do you carry out? Roughly in a month, how many missions do you carry out?
See, on an average, it comes to minimum 3 to 4 sorties a day. And then CASEVACs, at any time they come, they are undertaken.
So, the evacuation of casualty happens with no notice.
See, CASEVAC is one thing which just suddenly comes. And throughout the day, we are standby for it. And within 5 minutes, the aircrafts are launched. People are ready, aircrafts are ready. Every time we keep them ready, and the moment we get any intimation about any casualty, it is the maximum priority is given, and at earliest the endeavor is to launch the aircraft.
Can you recount some specific operational incident where your flying abilities were tested?
As a routine, it happens. Almost each pilot of the unit does it at least once. Somewhere in the month of February, there was a casualty at a forward post, which is one of the highest posts in the world. And the weather was bad for 7 days. Finally, on the 7th day, they got a break. They went in. Even at the helipad, the weather was bad. The aircraft misbehaved. Pilots pushed themselves. And in spite of that, in spite of all these difficulties, they got the casualty back.
And you're working very closely with the Air Force. So this is a classic example of inter-service cooperation, is it?
See, this is a place where the requirements are such that both of us have to work in conjunction with each other. So the Air Force and Army cooperation here is of the highest order you can find anywhere else.
Basically, as far as the Siachen is concerned, it's a coordinated effort of both Army aviation as far as the Air Force and the Air Force.
And there's no place for individual heroics.
There's nothing called the individual heroic here. It is whatever we do is for the institution.
I've seen written all over the Air Force station here, and specifically on your cap also Siachen Pioneers. You're wearing the badge here also. What is so special about your Air Force unit that you call yourself Siachen Pioneers?
We have been one of the first helicopter unit to operate in Ladakh and to move into the Siachen glacier area. We have been operating in Siachen from late 70s, and right from 1984 onwards, we have been one of the first unit to operate in the glacier. So the names say so, Siachen Pioneers, and we stand to the pioneer.
3 months and 18 days ago, these men went up as soldiers, and today, 108 days later, they return as veterans from the world's toughest and loneliest war zone.
राम राम नारायण, कैसे हो? गुड, शाबाश, बहुत बढ़िया.
Pride, honor, glory, and a regal reception awaits them at the base camp, for these men have gone beyond their line of duty.
अभी आप लोग ग्लेशियर से उतर के आए हैं, ग्लेशियर से आगे पहाड़ियों से उतर के आए हैं, और सुना है जिस रास्ते से आप आए हैं वो इस इलाके का सबसे ख़राब रास्ता है, जहाँ पे हर दूसरे दिन एवलांच होता है, हर दूसरे दिन कोई आदमी घायल होता है या मरता है। आप में से किसी को एवलांच के अंदर फंसने का ऐसा बदकिस्मती हुई है, कुछ ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस है? कोई फंसा आप में से? फंसा थे? फिर क्या हुआ?
सर वो ऊपर से अवलांच आया, हम स्नो क्लियरेंस कर रहे थे, तो अचानक 40 मई को अवलांच आया ऊपर। हम करीब 200 गज नीचे अवलांच के साथ नीचे आ गए। फिर ऊपर से आई रेस्क्यू टीम, खुदा खादा साहब।
कौन था रेस्क्यू टीम? तुम्हें से कोई था रेस्क्यू टीम?
रेस्क्यू टीम में मैं था।
अच्छा, तुमने क्या किया?
सर जैसे ही हमारे साथ अवलांच आया तो हमने देखा कि हमारे साथी अवलांच में जा चुके हैं। एक तो हमारे कैप्टन थिमिया साहब थे, उनकी टोपी दिखाई दे रही थी, लाल रेड कलर की टोपी थी साहब। और जो दूसरे धनेश चंद सर थे, उनका थोड़ा पैर दिखाई दे रहा था। और जो तीसरा साथी फंसा हुआ था हमारा, उसका एक हाथ, इसने अवलांच में तैरने की कोशिश की तो हाथ ऊपर आ गया उनका। तो जैसे ही हम नीचे आए तो उनको सबसे पहले हमने उनकी बर्फ़ हटाई और उनको खड़ा किया। खड़ा करने के उनको उनकी बॉडी गर्म की और उनको सांस लेने योग्य
तो इसमें ये सबसे ज़्यादा मेरे को जो है महसूस हो रहा है, साथियों के साथ मिलाप रखना बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ है।
हाँ सर, बहुत ज़रूरी है सर।
There is a view now that the Siachen Glacier could be converted into a peace park. But the military in particular and the establishment in general is wary of Pakistan's intentions after the experience of Kargil. And until an agreement is reached over the Siachen dispute, many more good men could fall in the line of duty while braving the odds, reminding us of those wonderful words that how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods.